Hey y'all, still not filling up the par, but I wanted to. Albert wanted me to make him lunch. Me and Mom ate tuna fish, and I ate a chicken sandwich, but that Albert brought me. But I'm gonna make him. First, I got some greens that I've squeezed all the liquids out of. They're already seasoned, but I'm gonna re-season them. I washed them. He wanted a little small bowl of turnip greens, and I got him 4 hamburger patties. I'm gonna season these with salt and pepper, and I'm gonna fry them, and I'm gonna put them in an onion gravy. I got my onions sitting over here, already ready. I got my oil on the stove, my used oil I got out the refrigerator. Got my flour for that, and I'm gonna make a pan of biscuits. All this is gonna go pretty fast, so it's really nothing to see, but I thought I'd bring you along. I'm sure I've made this for you before. Start out by seasoning my patties. Okay. Really good. Okay, and we're gonna set this over here for the gravy. I'm gonna go ahead and season this my pepper in here. Lots of pepper. You like lots of pepper. And salt. And a little beef powder. That's what he wanted. Beef gravy, so. Okay. Now, set all that to the side, and this will be my gravy mixture. And like I said before, I got my oil over here. First of all, my hands are washed. I just washed them. I'm going to turn my oil on because this is going to go pretty fast. I'm just going to sear these and then take them out. So let's see, I shake my buttermilk up. I need my salt for my biscuits. This is just a quick lunch. I hadn't planned on really cooking anything, but he asked me would I make some biscuits, and sounds very well. This just hamburger patties. So I'm sure I didn't mind. So I'm only gonna make enough. Well, I'll make enough because Betty and Moo eat them. So Betty and Sophia will eat them. They like biscuits. Little salt. You always want to salt your bread. It sort of gives it that good flavor. I do anyway. It's not a necessity. Okay. I'm gonna make you a little well and just start creaming. I already sifted my flour off camera to save a little bit of time. Still kind of off color, but I feel better. I'm not as coughing quite as bad. So I'm on day 3 of the Zithromax, I think. So it's making me feel better, but I get exhausted really fast. I mean, really, really fast. Yesterday when we were working on the chicken yard, I just kept having to sit down and sit down and sit down. I was really just tired of sitting down, but we did get it. We got it. The chickens are in the chicken yard. Okay, that should do that. You want to make sure you get in there real good and cream that self-rising flour, salt, and I use vegetable shortening. So, there we go. Try to squeeze it all up your fingers. And you just want to start throwing your flour. Okay. Remember what I told you, you want to roll it till it gets kind of tight. Roll and push, roll and push. Flip it, roll it, and push it. I made a pretty good sized pan because Betty likes them and she's always on the porch. And now the babies like them too, so, and it doesn't cost but a couple extra more cents. And Sophia loves them too, so. It's my oven preheated to 420. Everyone's oven is different. You may want to preheat yours. I would test it a few times, you know. Mine used to be at 405, but now it's a few years older. It goes a little longer. Okay. Now let me step back and check my oil. Turn that back off till I get through doing this, because it won't take but a second to get these. Okay. Roll and push. Roll and push and roll and push. And if I make too many, I'll just put the dough over here to the side and it'll go in the pig's food tomorrow. So it doesn't get wasted. When I sift my flour before I put it back up, I always sift my flour before and after, because even if you sift it, sometimes it'll have little lumps in it whenever you come back to make biscuits. Moisture in the air. But I always have a biscuit bowl, like my granny and my mom and them. I always had a big ceramic bowl they use, but nowadays, you know, they're hard to find. And we have one. Albert uses it for a cereal bowl, so I don't mess with it, because he had one a long time ago and he got busted, and he was really upset about it. So we don't mess with his cereal bowl. Okay. Right. Yeah, we have a little left over. I made 9, but I'm just going to set it to the side, and when I sift it, I'll put it in and make a good starter for pig slop. All right. Okay. Get y'all in there so y'all can start your thing. There you go. Put you over here. Turn y'all back on. Try to tighten up a little bit. Now these have already been seasoned. I seasoned them with salt and pepper and a little beef bouillon, but they'll go in last because I'll just heat them up in the microwave, because they are done. I washed them good and seasoned them, so they just need reheating. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna try to move y'all over here if I can do it without knocking everything down. Okay, and excuse my flies. Thought they were all gone, but I guess not. So I see a few of them flying around, because I hadn't seen any in a few days. But that don't mean anything. Now, I'm gonna put my onions just on the side so they can get a good start too. And the patties, you just want to, basically, because it's beef, you just want to sear them off. If I can put that in right there. It can work its way in. Okay. cooking my onions are brown on the side while that's doing this thing. And I got it like almost close to high. And I got rice. You know I keep a pot of rice, so we'll eat rice with it. And the onions will stay in here when I take the meat out. This should all go relatively fast. Okay. I'm gonna wash these few dishes while we're waiting on that to get going. And I like to clean as I go, so I don't have a whole lot to do. Makes it a lot easier on you. Yeah, we're starting to look good now. See if we can turn them over and get some color on the other side. There we go. And just onions can just float around in there. They ain't gonna hurt them. And these are just the patties that you get from Kroger or Walmart, the 10 for 10. I just try to keep some on hand for stuff like this. See, I didn't know I was gonna cook because I didn't feel very well again this morning. But he asked me, did I feel like cooking? I told him, yeah, I felt like cooking. What did he want? And he told me what he wanted. So I said, okay, I'll do a video cooking it. So that is what I'm doing. Okay. Good, almost ready. Everything let it sear a little bit longer. You don't want them completely cooked because the gravy is going to be scalding hot. And your gravy is going to cook them even more. Trust and believe, your gravy is going to be hot. And give them one more turn just so I can see that they're seared on both sides. Now, I'm going to take these up. I got a bowl over here. And I'm just going to take only the patty up. Now, if these were pork, I would cook them fully done. Almost just literally. Pork steaks I sear really high, and I put in the oven with my gravy there for a little while. And they'll finish cooking. But see, those are perfect. Just some little patties. Now, I'm going to take my flour mixture, and I'm going to put it all in there with my seasonings. Okay. And if there's any lumps in it, just work it out. It'll work itself out. And this is meat grease I had in the refrigerator. I think it was pork chop grease. or pork steak grease or something. But you want to mash it out. And then bring it right back to a sizzle. At this point, you don't want to taste for seasoning yet because it'll taste like raw flour and throw your taste buds on. Just want to keep moving it around. And this determines how brown you want it. Now this grease, being used grease, it's going to be kind of brown as it is. Okay? I'm going to get a cup so I can put some water in it and be ready. Because this fixing to come at it. And how long you cook your gravy will determine how thick you want it. He likes his gravy thick, so he likes it so when he puts it on a biscuit, he can damn near cut the gravy and all. But I like mine like that too, and Mama pretty much likes hers the same way. So. And there again, you can make these recipes your own. It doesn't necessarily have to be how I fix it. I mean, you can change it up. You can use chicken broth. I've used chicken broth. You can use pork broth. You don't even have to use broth because I'm using grease, fat grease. So I just gave it a little extra flavor by using that. And see, whatever gravy's left over will go in the pig slop tomorrow. So, and gravy is, it probably didn't cost a couple cents to make. And I have saved it. You can save gravy several days in the refrigerator in a Tupperware bowl or something. Now, here is about where I usually taste it for pepper and salt. I need just a little salt. Maybe pepper too. I'll do a little pepper and salt. But it's done. It's really good. And normally I would get another spoon if I had company, but this is for Albert. If we ain't eat behind each other after 25 years, we're not going to eat behind each other. Okay, now let's see how that tastes. Very good. Very, very, very good. Okay. Okay, I'll be right back with you. I'm just trying to get this. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this gravy dish out while it's still warm because it makes it so much easier. If you let dishes get cold, oh my Lord. I never let dishes sit and get cold. Not when I got the opportunity just to rinse them out. It takes 2 seconds. I don't wash them now. I just rinse them and set them to the side and come back later and wash them. And the biscuits will be done in a couple minutes. I've already put the greens in and they've heated up. So if you have a meal in a couple minutes. Okay. I'm going to try to move you back to the other side so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh. I can move you. Didn't want to be on camera because I look horrible. So that's all right too. Got the greens right there. Woo! Pan. Got salt and pepper for him. when he comes in, he is feeding and watering that. Well, I helped him feed the animals, but when he comes in, he'll be able to get his plate and eat. And as you can see, this is the steaks, and they're still cooking, and the gravy. So, and there'll be 4 steaks, and whatever he doesn't eat, I'll use it for the dog's food or something tomorrow. Whatever he wants to do with it. Okay. And he didn't have cornbread, so he wanted dry greens. That's why they're dry. I didn't add any broth to them, so they're kind of dry. He just wanted to eat them as greens. All right, let me check my biscuits. Yep. They are ready to go on the top. Just tidying up the kitchen. Biscuits are on broil. They'll be out in a minute. Tidying it up. So I already sifted my flour and put it back, so I don't have so much to work for. Just putting everything up. And if there's anything y'all ever feel like I could do better on the channel, explain better. I mean, I know this is not a cooking tutorial today. It's just basically me cooking, but I want to show you how I throw a meal together when I have to. I mean, I use canned goods in a lot of my stuff, but I wash them. Those greens, I poured that broth out, and I washed them really good. And then I added my own salt and pepper and everything to them. So. But it's not hard to throw a nice meal together in less than 30 minutes. But like I said, and these hamburger patties, you don't have to have them thawed out. These just so happened, they were thawed out because I was going to make hamburgers yesterday, but I haven't had, you see I can hardly breathe. I get winded really easy, so I do want to taste these greens. Make sure they taste good for them. Add a little more salt and pepper. They got a good broth flavor. I put beef broth in them too. Okay. There you have it. Okay. Get a bowl. Put in some rice in it. And there you have it, a quick Sunday meal. Rice, turnip greens, I got a pan of biscuits, and I got that made for them there. So I thank y'all. If y'all have any questions, comments, like, share, and subscribe, please do. I will answer every one of y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye.